All right, good evening, Huggy Bear. How are you tonight?
I am very well, Norbert. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. Good to see you again here in the cocktail lounge. You ready to mix up some drinks over some MCP?
Oh, I have nothing, there's nothing else I would do more.
Amazing. Well, look, tonight we have the Guardians of the Galaxy with my buddy Sasha from London, and he is playing one of the fellas from Spain in he's a what do you call colleague or co-player with Jaborf, the Matador from of MCP.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so we're going to see how he goes by Rookie Boy. He's also in Madrid, as I mentioned, and he we'll see how he plays compared to the Matador. We'll see what kind of nickname we can come up with for him.
Rookie boy looks like he prefers to call himself.
Rookie Boy, but we need to come up with something a little more inventive than that. um, I wanted to quickly go over their rosters while they're busy rolling. It seems like let me turn on the overhead display. Boop boop boop. There we are, and turn off the timers. Okay, so it looks like who won? Looks like Milo. Milo is Sasha, my friend, and it looks like he won priority. So we'll have to see. They said they would use the tab keys. I kind of give them a little heads up about that, which has been wonderful. And we'll see. They said they would tell us who, what Sasha's going to pick for extracts or secures, and then also the threat level.
All right.
Cool. So while they're doing that, do you want to review the rosters?
Oh, yes. Um, if we start with Sasha's roster, we can see that he's playing a Guardians of the Galaxy roster, which is with a construction that has become somewhat popular at the moment, which is super wide Guardians with a lot of two costs and mainly X-23 and Honey Badger in there. Guardians are one of the affiliations that can really, really make them shine. Uh, and you can also notice that there are very few affiliated tactics cards among his team tactics cards. There's only um, Deadly Duo and We Are Groot, and those aren't even affiliated. I think they're just attached to Rocket Raccoon and Groot. So just taking a base of Guardians basically, and then adding some powerful characters and some powerful cards to go. Winning combination.
So, let me interrupt you to say that Sasha won the priority role and decided to pick secures. And so it turns out Rookie Boy decided to play 16 points. So keep that in mind, 16 threat level. So keep that in mind when you review Rocky's roster.
Yeah, and he is playing a crossover between Black Order and Sin Cabal. He can also go quite wide at 17. We're playing 60 now, so he can easily go 6 wide at. Um, he can go 6. Yeah, he can easily go 6 wide at 16
Hmm.
because he has a lot of threes. But he could also play the core Black Order build with Thanos, Corvus, and Proxima. That's exactly 16 points. Um, I don't know how he likes that matchup into the Guardian Swarm.
Mm-hmm.
Black Order doesn't tend to like particularly um, to face off against wide lists with a bunch of cheap characters. Um, so I somewhat think that might speak to the fact that he picked 16 points speaks in favor of Black Order, but the fact that he's playing Guardians speaks for Cabal, I think.
Yeah. Now, listen. I thought one of the biggest threats to against Black Order was what's his name? Mm, oh, Sam spam. So lots of So is Sam spam unique because of the affiliation ability and the number of characters, or is it strictly the number of characters? Because if it's the number of characters, then Guardians also has that quality.
I think the number of characters is the main thing, but the SAM leadership can help you get away with fewer characters, since the leadership makes it so that it's quite hard to days or KO more than one character per activation, and at certain points over the course of games, Corvus usually really needs to do that in order for the Black Order to keep up the pace in the taking down of the opponent's team.
Okay, looking at the Guardians list, then we have Bullseye, interesting, Nebula, Loki without the gem, Groot, Rocket Raccoon, and of course Star Lord. Cards are Field Dressing, Bitter Rivals, Deadly Duo, Advanced R&D, that's interesting, and We Are Groot. And then really quickly, since it's a small roster, it looks like the classic Black Order lineup. We have Corvus with the Reality Gem, of course. We've got Proxima and Thanos with Space and Mind Gem, playing no matter the cost, Mothership, Face Me, that's interesting, Medpack, and Blithe Obsession. What are your thoughts?
Very classic Black Order. He is. I expect him to be running the basic Black Order game plan. Sasha is certainly well equipped to handle that, but most of the time it comes down to experience as well. So Sasha will be needing to make the right moves and not lose too many characters too fast.
Yep.
This is also a very fast crisis combination. There are a lot of points on the board, and you shouldn't underestimate Black Order's ability to actually play more of a control game, going late with Thanos and then just portaling the world away off of secures and scoring a ton of points.
Yeah, this is a nasty scenario for Guardians, I think, because they would like to spread out, ideally. And instead, they've got both Gamma and Research Station. This looks awful.
We'll see. It certainly makes for a rather quick game, I suppose.
All right. Well, considering
a lot of points will be scored here.
Yeah. Hey, welcome, Omnis. Omnis is already saying that it's going to be a murder fest. Yeah. But he's saying that it's okay for Guardians. What were your thoughts?
Oh yes. Going into this, I would certainly hold Guardians as favorites. I have never seen Rookie Boy play before, so I don't know how he plays, but I know Sasha has been running a couple of TTS seasons before and plays a lot in London, and so I would keep him as a favorite, just purely looking at the matchup here. But Black Order certainly can perform, and it'll be interesting to see whether he picks to go for the control mode or the kill mode.
Yep.
Here.
Indeed. All right.
Bullseye is actually was a choice that I found a bit interesting by Sasha here, because he could also have opted for Honey Badger, who should be pretty good into Black Order, since every character that can force the opponent to attack something that they didn't have in mind, with her reversed bodyguard ability, every character that have such abilities is basically good against Black Order.
Mm-hmm.
And also her lowering the defense of the opponent could be nice. Bullseye can, of course, ping damage into Corvus or Proxima, but against Thanos, his superpower that makes one automatic damage is useless, because Thanos reduces by one every time he takes damage. So Bullseye's suite of abilities is somewhat hampered by by Thanos.
Yeah. Chat saying though Loki is a great choice here, and I agree. Having Loki just sat here in the middle of the Scrum Fest is going to be a real nuisance, and I hear that's one of the best ways to help mitigate backorder's power, which is to make their superpowers more expensive.
Absolutely. I agree. I think there are multiple ways of handling Black Order nowadays. They were somewhat of a boogeyman a couple of seasons ago, and people have put a lot of thought into how to mitigate them. So Loki is certainly one of the great methods for achieving that. But there are other ways. The power of Loki here is obviously the superpower that makes the enemy's superpowers within 4 1 power more expensive, and that is mainly a threat to Thanos, who wants to spam those portals and teleport the
Yeah.
enemy's characters away
So
by the dozens.
what we've seen is Bullseye move up onto the truck here. So I don't think he's in range 1 of anything at the moment, but he's in range 2, so he won't get gamma damage. And then Rookie Boy passed, and so Loki moved up once, and then also played advanced R&D, if you didn't catch that, and gave his power to Star-Lord. Any idea of why Star-Lord might want 2 power at the gate?
Um, Maybe so that he I'm actually not sure. Maybe because he wants to be playing a tactics card. No, maybe because he's hoping to because he wants to do the hit and run.
Yep. There you go.
Round 1, so he can do an attack and move twice.
Yep.
Move, attack, move.
Yep. Nebula has just gone ahead and moved up, and she is also within 2, but not within 1. And basically staying back. And I hear that is another way to play. I mean, that you need to play against Black Order is to be very cagey about committing, because the moment you commit, you have to overcommit essentially, or else you're just going to get one of your characters killed after the other.
And you should always also note here that the Black Order player is passing as many times as he can until he actually is forced to activate a character.
Yep. So we had Star-Lord actually move over. I see him, here at the bottom of the screen. Do you see?
Yeah, he's not activated according to
Oh,
the overlay.
it's Nebula. Beg your pardon. It was Nebula who went
Yeah.
next. Yeah. So Nebula's moved up against with Loki. Loki probably to get herself into position so that she can do a charge attack, or what's akin to a charge attack next turn.
It's her. What she usually wants to do is first 1 pistol attack, so that she gains 1 automatic power, which if she didn't spend her power round 1, she goes to 3, and then she can do her spender, which is the shock sword assault.
Yeah, which is the real money for her. That's how she earns her pay. Meanwhile, Proxima has moved up, and she's forward of the back gamma, and probably within 1 of it, so she'll be scoring the back gamma. And that means Rocket Raccoon has now moved up and is going to be scoring the back gamma as well, which makes perfect sense considering he's got that range 5 attack. And we'll have cover, as a matter of fact.
One slightly dangerous thing that Sasha has made here is that he activated Loki somewhat early, because Thanos will now be able to move up and spend his 3 power to try and control him closer. Of course, he needs to spend an extra power for the Mind Gem as well, so yeah, he only gets to move him once, which makes it more difficult, of course.
Well, here we go.
But on the other hand, he can just move Corvus. Yeah, so he can. What we're seeing now, he could use the Space Gem plus the portal to move Corvus twice, and then he has retained 1 power for the Mind Gem to move Loki short towards Corvus, who should be able to put at least 1 attack into him this first round, and then immediately daze or KO him round 2.
Yep, and so we're seeing that right now. He's measuring out the range 4 of that really awful movement ability, but it looks like Sasha did all right and doesn't have anybody, including Bullseye, in range.
Yeah, But Thanos has only moved once
Yeah,
so
yeah.
far.
So I'll have to commit twice. But that's okay. I mean,
Um,
then
yeah,
so always the
we'll see.
question that
Turn
becomes:
to
you whittle down Thanos as the game plan, or are you trying to take out Corvus? It's a big debate in the community.
absolutely. When you have a wide team like this, I think either option is possible. Um, Generally, I would probably like to go for Thanos first because the Black Order player will always retain priority no matter what, and dazing Corvus only makes him better essentially, since he then gets 4 additional attack dice from Thanos' Death's Decree rather than the 2 that he gets on his healthy side.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
we can see already that the Matador must be giving Rookie some tips because he's definitely looking to get Loki out of the picture. He's measured there a couple of times. Now he's trying to see, I guess, if he can get within 1 of the researcher and also be within 4, which shouldn't be an issue at all. So it's really just a question of where he wants Thanos around that researcher.
mhm. So we're seeing him move in without conserving the power on Thanos, maybe?
Well, he's sitting on 3 right now.
Mm-hmm.
While this measurement's going on, why don't we do a beverage update? Cheers, everyone. Hope you have your cocktail with you here in the lounge with the Huggy Bear and the doctor. I'm drinking inspired from you last week, Huggy. I've got myself a gin and tonic.
That I also have. It's a perfect drink that can be made in numerous
Mm,
variants.
mm, mm,
I myself have poured myself a mix of Sipsmith
mm,
gin
mm.
and Fentimans tonic and a slice of orange peel.
Oh, nice. Fentiman's tonic. Nice, nice, nice choice. Real quick
It's a
update.
very, very, very sort of bread and butter tonic,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Um, I'll come back to that, but I just want to mention that he's actually tried to use the Mind Gem. Is it Mind Gem that does movements? I forget the term.
Yes.
Yeah, on Bullseye. Move Bullseye closer to him.
Interesting.
Really interesting.
Um,
Yeah.
this is probably because Bullseye was the character that was in the most vulnerable position, I suppose. Um, I struggle to see why he would be, uh, why his intention would be to take out Bullseye in particular. I think it's mainly um, about getting the pain train rolling. Perhaps you could argue that Bullseye is one of the characters that Corvus has the ability to move and then possibly one shot with one attack to then KO him immediately, round 2. But then he's going to be in for a lot of hurt standing in front of the entire Guardians team there.
Yeah, really interesting. I'm going to see how this plays out. Meanwhile, Groot has moved forward once, and I'd imagine is going to go and, well, can he weather Corvus, around 1 Corvus, is the question. I
Yeah,
mean, if,
because Sasha is gonna have to start putting people on the researcher if he wants to score it, because Thanos is there and Thanos is not going away.
no. And right now, Corvus will go up, and so that'd be 2 people to 1, and so that means Rookie will be scoring that researcher and then moving it. He's thrown
Oh,
up Judgment.
Root.
Root, yeah, Root, sorry, Root. But
So that is a clever move because that means that if Corvus is within 4 of Loki, he's gonna have to pay an additional 2 to any power cost to the power cost of any superpower.
yeah. Where does it say? Oh, there it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
costs 2.
yeah,
How did he
and
get two power though?
advanced R&D.
Oh, he gave it to him. Yeah. Oh, okay, 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 okay. I thought it went on to Star Lord.
Yeah, I think Loki went down to 0 power, so I think he handed
Oh,
one
he
to
has
Groot and one
2.
to.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Brilliant.
Uh,
Man, Sasha is prepared for this. This is great.
it's an old Inhumans trick.
That's right. He's a former Inhumans player. He did really well with them in season 6, but now he's gone back to his his first love. He'd been playing Guardians before it was cool, back before the updates, and he played them really well despite the deficiencies they had. So he really likes them, and now they've only gotten more competitive.
Oh, for sure. And they could make good lists before the update as well, is at least in my opinion.
Hmm.
But they've certainly gotten better, and mainly they've received a leadership to write home about.
Yes, yeah. And I have to try to pull out the camera view so we can see who's given the winging it tokens. So 3 characters can get winging it tokens
Yeah,
during the power phase.
it
Oh, it
shows up
shows. Oh,
on the
yeah.
overload.
Oh, brilliant. So we don't have to look. Fantastic. I love this overlay. Cheers to Llama, Careless Llama, Carefree, not Careless, Carefree Llama for making such a wonderful mod for us. This is just so great.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
All right.
Brings all the fun.
Seems like Corvus got 2 damage on him somehow. I am not sure how.
Yeah, he's possibly attacked him,
But he
but
moved
we
twice.
don't see any dice
Yeah.
being rolled.
Yeah.
What could this be?
Now Corvus is going to go attack Groot.
He's using no matter the cost.
Okay. The card got flipped.
To do a death blow attack.
Yeah. Hey, we got Pat Dunford on the stream. Welcome, Pat.
Hey there, Pat.
Okay, so we've got very good hit. 1 crit in there as well, so that's 3 hits so far. Oh, of course,
Actually,
he's got
2
the
crits.
2 because of the damn skull. Man, that's a good hit. Oh, another one as well. So let's see, that's 1, 2, 4, 5 into just 1 save. So that's 4 damage going into Groot. Oof, that's
And I believe he triggered the flurry
okay. Yep.
with a wild on the shield.
And what did he use? A card of some kind? No, not sure. Oh, winging in tokens, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, in order to improve.
Yep. Saved 1 more. Not as much as he had hoped, I'm sure, but 1 more is better than no more. So that's Groot, 3 damage out of 7.
Very interesting. Thing of note is that Thanos is, given the measurements we saw before, within 4 of Loki, which means that he cannot use his Death's Decree.
See, it's happening already. So go ahead. So we have Loki making superpowers cost 1 more, and the Root as well. Is that right? The same penalty?
That is correct.
Yeah. Okay. So he's got
So
2 more.
Corvus Glaive's Edge is now costing 5 power.
All right. Second attack. I guess this is the flurry now, right? Or no, it must have been the second attack because he moved.
I actually believe that apart from stagger and maybe stun, yeah, definitely stun. Root is one of the most annoying conditions that can be put on Corvus, because he as a Black Order player, you don't have that many activations and actions per game, so you really need to make them all count.
Mm-hmm.
And wasting one of them on a shake action is something that you definitely don't want to do if you can avoid it.
Just wanted to check Corvus's treats. Okay, so only one skull can be treated as a crit, not many, and the flurries on Death Blow, right? Flurries of Death Blow, which is a wild and a shield for some reason.
Yep.
And that lets him move medium. That's what's happened.
It used to be only a wild. So we're seeing the second attack into
Bullseye.
Bullseye.
Why is he so concerned about Bullseye?
I don't know if it's a real concern. I think it's more that he wants to KO a character round 1 if he can, and Bullseye is what was, as things stood, the easiest character to do that to. So now he can back-to-back KO him first thing next round and score a victory point and start whittling the Guardians team down.
All right, fair enough. So he attacked Groot merely because he was in range. Did a fair amount of damage, but Groot can suffer that much. That's no problem. And then went after his real target, which was Bullseye, which he handily dazed, of course, with only 4 hit points and standard defense dice. What's this now?
Not sure why he's only got 1 power. Maybe he spent it on something?
Yeah, well, he's moving Groot, it looks like. I don't see him flipping another card. None of those cards make any sense. Is there a push or something with this? Oh, we have Jacob in the line, too. Welcome, Jacob, to the cocktail lounge.
Evening, Jacob.
Yeah, I'm not sure where this push is coming from. Flurry, Pierce, no.
Oh, as Ulysses accurately points out in the chat, it has to be a face me being played.
Okay, there we are. Yep, didn't see the card flipped over, so I hadn't gotten to that point yet. Thank you, Ulysses. One of the masters of Black Order in the chat tonight. If you guys have questions about Black Order, do go ahead and at Professor Ulysses. Welcome. I hope you have a nice beverage.
So this is a move that gets Groot further away from Rocket, making it harder for Sasha to later on play his Deadly Duo card.
Interesting. So you used face
and also making Rocket more vulnerable for Rookie Boy next round.
Now, face me means not only do you move the person, but then the person should be able to attack you, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we should still see that attack coming in. Now, Corvus has 2 on him already.
Problem is that at the moment hitting Corvus would basically just mean giving him power.
Yep. Yep. But he's going for it,
because
looks like.
He needs to roll 5 hits to take him down, and Rookie Boy would have to roll 0 blocks, and there's already the skull crit.
Yep. Yep, so 2 saves and 3 hits. So he should be taking 1, if I'm doing this right. Yes, yep. There it is. So he's halfway to dazed.
Handily gaining 1 power there.
Okay. Right, so that leaves Star-Lord. Yes, yeah.
Corvus still has 1 action.
Oh gosh, that's right. It was the flurry, wasn't it? Oh dear.
So it looks like he's planning to do a what's it called? Atom Splitter? No, the range 4 Spear Blast from Corvus onto Rocket, and he's also measuring Star-Lord's movement for some reason.
Yeah, only 4 dice, but Rocket...
Maybe considering whether he needs to retreat to not give Star-Lord the chance to daze him.
All right, so no, what happened is so Ulysses has pointed out that he did use 2 attacks, or use both actions, rather. So maybe he was just measuring something out for next turn. In any case, he did decide to use Medpack on himself, so he's now back to full health.
Right.
So that does leave...
I thought he got within 3 of...
yeah, because of the...
Groot by...
Deathblow.
Space stoning forward with Thanos.
Yeah, I thought so too. And then a Deathblow. But alas, he's done, so we might have misread it somehow. Really quite... And if you think about it, though, that's quite a bit of value that you get out of Corvus. I know everybody knows that he's really good, but man, you just saw all the different things that were going on there. That he
is for sure the hardest hitter in the game in a vacuum. I mean, you could absolutely make a case for Magneto, but he costs more points, and he is hinging on there being terrain for him to throw, which can also be stopped by either brace for impact or good dodge rolls. While Corvus is just brute force with his with all of his attacks, basically.
You know, I was just thinking... go ahead.
It's the reality gem that makes him shine, really.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Letting him...
Yeah. What I was going to say is I'm a little surprised that Rookie took Mothership, considering these two crises?
It's basically a card that is stapled when you're playing Black Order.
Yeah, but that's usually to
Um,
get him around the to one fight from one area to another fight elsewhere. And here, there's only
yeah, but
one fight.
he doesn't have to teleport far to gain at least an additional action, and that is worth its weight in gold.
Mm,
Only that.
mm. Is it free?
No, I think it costs 2 for each character using it.
Okay.
Both the teleporter and the teleportee. Tele, the teleport target.
Yeah, there you go. Sasha being very deliberate here with his last activation.
Yeah.
It looks like each are going to score one of their gamma shelters, but Thanos and Corvus are holding not only the middle gamma shelter but also the researcher. So he's going to go 3 points.
It'll be very interesting to see here whether he goes. It appears that he is targeting Corvus here, so he's not going for the Thanos
Thanos route.
strategy.
Yeah, yeah. I should also note that Groot is not going to take a damage because he's outside of gamma shelter range. And so is Nebula and Loki, for that matter. Well, maybe not Loki, but Nebula is. I guess Nebula.
Nebula is gonna take a gamma damage, but she automatically heals 1 at the start of her activations, so
She loves it.
she can take it.
She can take it. Warren Gaming Dad mentioning how Mothership could be used to actually move somebody out of a fight. As a
Oh, for sure.
right, yeah. So.
Especially on this crisis combination where no one is holding extract.
Yeah.
Which is something that prevents you from using a Mothership otherwise.
That's right. Yes. Right. Ugh, this scenario is nasty. The combination of the scenario is nasty.
Yeah, it has the potential to really spiral away points wise. Getting that researcher plus the middle point round 1 is immense. And
ooh, nice hit from Star-Lord.
Oh man,
that's really good. So 4 hits into 3 saves. God damn.
Yeah.
Oh, these dice already.
So he's not going down. So that means we can already.
Well, he rolled in another hit though, so that's 3, 4, 5 out of 3, so 2 damage going through.
Yeah.
So winging in tokens. There you go. There's the new affiliation.
Actually, ability. 1 because Corvus reduces by 1.
So annoying.
Yeah. And then Star-Lord has his hit and run move, heading back to safety. It seems.
Yeah, within 2 of the gamma shelter.
Star-Lord does not want to die because his leadership is very precious now.
Yeah. All right, I think that takes us to the end of round 1.
Yep.
Where do you think things stand here? I feel like Black Order made out a little bit better.
Points-wise, for sure. It's going to be 5-1, which is an incredible start for Rookie Boy here. And it'll be interesting to see how he proceeds. He could basically switch to control mode here, like activating Corvus, possibly KOing Bullseye, and then possibly also dazing Groot, who only has 4 damage left, and if he gets enough power for a death blow, and then moving back to safety at the home point, possibly, in order to avoid getting double tapped by Rocket.
Yeah, Omnis, I was thinking the same thing. Black Order did have to burn 3 cards. He's got
Indeed.
1 Mothership maybe as a rescue card. And then Blind Obsession is a little odd as well because you tend to want to use it when you're isolating an opponent so that they don't hurt you back. And that's not the case here. So there's Groot taking his damage from being outside of gamma shelters. Nebula has as well. Black Order has been all fine. Want to compliment these guys for using the tab key so proficiently. This is wonderful. Really makes it easier for us to follow along.
The fun thing about Black Order is that every game becomes very tense. Every single activation, every single move has enormous impact on how things are going to develop.
So Rookie Boy is deciding to do the aggressive move with the researcher. Instead of protecting it closer to his area, he is moving it towards the Sasha's side of the board.
Indeed. He's definitely hoping to score it once more.
Yeah. It's interesting because traditionally people advise Black Order to have slow scenarios, whereas this is quite fast, and he's making it faster by having the researcher brought near to that base, which gives him extra VPs. So with less time, he has less chances of killing people. But maybe that's not what he needs to do here.
But the motivation for Black Order to be playing researcher is mainly that it forces the brawl in the middle, which is something they know and love.
Okay, and classically, Black Order has retained priority here, or gained it anyway, I should say. And I thought he might be taking Proxima out at Groot, but I think they're going to pick on little Bullseye again.
Bullseye can. His pincushion is not something to joke about, and he now has a ton of power. So Rookie Boy has put himself in a situation where he more or less needs to take care of Bullseye before anything else.
Well, but he keeps tagging Groot. Not sure.
Yeah, I mean he can double activate Proxima and Corvus here.
Sure. Somebody's getting dazed. Yep.
Yeah, it appears that Proxima is attacking Groot, and Thanos just spent 2 power.
Yep.
Which should be 3, since he's within 4 of Loki.
Ooh. Yeah. Mistake. And Groot goes down.
Reserved for that I might have missed that he had 5 power rather than 4, but
okay. Either way, Groot went down. Who had a winging it token, as a matter of fact, which is sad.
Yep.
And doesn't she teleport now?
I believe she does. And that's what we're seeing.
Okay. Here he comes. Stand on the tractor. Let's put her back into Loki range if she goes over there.
Maybe he's imagining,
Yeah, he looks like he wants to get into a position where he can shoot Bullseye next.
Bullseye has parting shots, so when you attack him, you generally want to one-shot him. If you can.
Even though she's the least damage dealing of all these characters, I feel like she can take him down.
Oh, she certainly can. It's not that likely that she does it in one attack without Death's Decree, and Thanos has already used that this turn, so that's not happening again.
Yep, as predicted though, she's going to now go into Bullseye and see if he can survive.
What this does is that Bullseye, if he doesn't die, he's going to parting shot away from Corvus, forcing Corvus to spend an action to move. Unless he chooses not to activate Corvus at this point, but then Corvus will get shot by a rocket twice.
Looks like 3 hits though, going straight into him. Did he survive? Ooh, yeah, he did survive.
He has 4. So
Woof.
I mean,
woof.
the odds of one-shotting him with a 5 dice attack are not great.
Yeah, but that's pretty close. He's definitely a little pucker going on there in the shorts regions. All right. Because she gets to move first because she's the attacker, so her ability triggers first. She looks like she's gonna go Oh dear, she's worried about that Loki again. Boy, Loki
Mm.
is really influencing the Black Order here.
Oh yeah, because he makes the husband and wife more expensive.
Mm, right, right,
So he's gonna have to spend all his power to use that because he's not getting outside of 4.
right. Okay, so there's the movement. Ooh, is that outside of 4? It does look to be the case. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, he made it.
Yeah, he made it. Unlucky, unlucky for
But
Guardians.
Bullseye can now use his parting shot and more or less possibly rob Corvus of an action, possibly not because of Death Blow. But if he moves, he's forced to move. This is a very smart move by Rookie Boy, actually, because by placing Proxima there, he forces Bullseye to move towards the middle with his parting shot.
Mm-hmm.
Had he placed Proxima on the other side, he would have been able to move further south from our perspective, and thus getting further away from Corvus and actually robbing him of that action. But now it seems he cannot really get outside of 3, which means that Corvus will be able to do a death blow and get the most out of his attack suite this round as well.
Yeah, and that's because
So
he has to move
well
away.
played by Rookie Boy.
Yeah, yeah, and it's also outside of 4. Corvus only has 3 power, so he can't do
Isn't
death
Death Blow
blow.
3 power? Maybe it's 4?
If it was one of
I
their
thought it was 3.
revisions. Let's take a look. Death blow 4.
It's 4. Good point. So that's not happening. And there's no advanced R&D there or anything, so
Nope.
He could always wait to activate Corvus and see if um, Sasha attacks him, um, feeding him more power.
So I think he also did the he did 1 damage to Proxima just to as part of that parting blow.
Yep.
Okay, Proxima still hasn't passed the turn. Husband and wife, then, yeah.
Husband and wife. Yeah. All right. So we are go.
We are go. Lot of advice for Rookie Boy in the chat about what he should be doing next, but it looks like Corvus is going after that bullseye. That poor bastard. He's like, oh, I should have just stayed in bed today. Boop. Goodbye. That's one more VP, so he's up to 6.
Possibly seeing Corvus move back to the home point now.
To try to protect
being
them.
a bit more conservative, setting up to KO Groot next round, maybe.
Probably
or
so.
going the more aggressive route.
Husband and wife is for free? No, it costs 1.
No, it costs 1 now.
Yeah.
It used to be free.
Hmm.
But I bet he would want to take that rocket out. But that's not very likely to happen.
Some sort of attack into Nebula.
Mm-hmm.
So this is his
I
normal.
suppose he can get lucky here. He only needs to do 3 damage to her.
Oh, that bloody skull crit. My God.
Always getting it.
No.
That's
3.
that's only 3, yeah.
3.
But and Nebula has at least 1 block, and she also has a defensive reroll.
Yep.
Unless Milo has already used that.
Not sure yet, but she's got 3 hit points to play with. It's 3 damage coming in, going down by 1 is only 2, so he should be okay even without that reroll.
Yep.
Yeah, Wargaming guys pointing out again that husband and wife should be costing 2 because of the Loki tax.
Yeah, but didn't Proxima get outside of 4 of Loki?
Oh, so is she the one who she has to pay it?
I think he managed to get just outside of 4 of Loki.
Okay. Yeah, she's definitely outside of 4. Okay, so that's Corvus done, and Nebula is still alive on 1 and sitting on 4 power. Which
Yep.
Where is she?
So she can now put out some hurt
Where the heck? There she is.
into Corvus or Thanos. If
Yeah.
he,
So Shock Sword is online.
is the place voluntarily on Shock Sword Assault? It is mandatory.
Yeah, mandatory, involuntary. So why would she want to go all the way over there?
I don't really know. Possibly if if he wants to die for some reason, so that she can have 5 health points next round instead of 1. But yeah, field dressing.
Nice field dressing. That's what it is. Oh man! So the thing is, she needs.
And Groot has a ton of power here, so he can actually.
Yeah, give it to her. Oh man, that would be amazing.
But Rookie Boy will have a chance to activate before she does it. Unless she does it now, and then Rookie Boy can just respond by taking Groot out. But then again, that forces him to activate Thanos earlier, definitely earlier, way earlier than he would like.
Super interesting. Super. Now, field dressing costs 4. So where's she going to get this? Oh, she has 4. Right. Yeah. So she's just going to walk over there and field dressing. Yeah. And that's yeah.
These Black Order players, they certainly learn how to excel at micromanagement. All these little decisions everywhere that make a world of difference.
Yeah, unless you're playing against me. I'm such a schlub that they can do whatever they want, and it tends to work.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Norbert.
Hey, Huggy, I'm going to be meeting one of your Swedish brethren tomorrow night at our own club here in London.
Oh, fantastic. Who's that?
Frederick B.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he's in London.
He's in London with his family, and he had
he's not one of my locals, but he is certainly a Swede.
Yes, he is sweet. Do you know which town is he from? Do you know?
He's from Stockholm.
Oh, okay, right. Okay. Yes, I'm looking forward to that. Gonna have to bring some models and stuff, but it won't be a problem. It'd be great to have him there. Okay, so Nebula is taking a very wide stance away, which I'm not quite sure about, but she's within 2, which is the whole goal here, and it's going to field dressing Groot, which is an amazing use of field dressing.
Indeed. I didn't see whether he ended up within 3 of Corvus to do a casual blaster pistol into him as well, but maybe he doesn't care for that.
Yep. All right, he's being very careful about displacement, though.
Frederick, by the way, was one of the finalists in the TTS League 2 seasons ago, I think.
Yeah. That's right. He certainly was playing Brotherhood, I think.
Yeah, against Ulysses, if I'm not mistaken, in the final.
Ah, yes, classic.
Yeah. That was a very intense and fun game to watch. I remember.
Yeah, agreed. All right, so it looks like she used her second move to get even further away. She's all the way at the top of the screen, still within 2 for field dressing. I'm assuming that's what's going to be happening. And he's measuring that Groot is within 3 of Thanos.
Yeah. So he's not going to have to... So Rookie Boy is not going to have to worry too much about Nebula next round, because she'll be spending all of her power here, and then next round she's only moving and doing one, making one builder attack.
Okay. A lot of discussion going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Should probably use this moment to talk about the Marvel Crisis Protocol WTC.
There's a Marvel Crisis Protocol WTC?
You tell me, my friend. You tell me. I've watched one of the latest videos of the great TT Sung Soo over at the Across the Bifrost well, he's got a podcast, but he also got a video channel, YouTube channel, and oh, it looks like it was a pass. So sorry, I got a note in here that there was a pass by the Black Order player, interestingly.
Oh, it seems that he did not use the field dressing during Nebula's activation, allowing the Black Order player to activate Thanos if he wants to stop the field dressing, but that would mean that he activates Thanos way earlier than he wants.
Yeah, so he passed. So Groot is
yeah.
online, and
Groot is now online, and he could very well move up and stagger Thanos with a We Are Groot.
Yeah, wow. Interesting choice here.
Or Corvus, for that matter.
So yeah, I was listening to one of his recent YouTube videos, and he mentioned about a WTC committee, and I was very intrigued by this because I hadn't heard anything about it. And so I did some investigation on some of the usual suspects here in the UK, and also at my contacts in the United States, but none of them were involved in this mysterious WTC committee. So I don't know what's going on with that group, if it indeed exists, or if there's anything happening. But
whoever they are, I'm sending positive energy their way.
well, I would like to see it happen, of course. Absolutely. I mean, as you know, I've been involved with one of the founders of the War Machine, WTC, and was an organizer and head judge for, gosh, 4 or 5 years of it. Maybe 5, yeah. Yeah. And you were at the WTC as well for War Machine.
Yeah. I only had the pleasure of playing at one of them, but I would certainly go if the opportunity came.
So we have Groot going into Corvus. His decision was to go into Corvus and try to take down the beater. So, but well, it's got that damn crit again, and the crit crawls into a save naturally. Not a great hit from. So no damage at all through there. Although he has a winging it token, he might be able to use that one now if he wanted to.
Yeah, sure.
So, but yeah, WTC
could put Root on Thanos as well here.
Well, he spent a ton of power just now. So he's probably doing his spender.
Yep.
I'm a bit concerned though about WTC for MCP, just for the stage of the game, the maturity of the game. Feels a little premature at this point, considering there's not even a lot of big events, let alone regional competitions or multi-country competitions, or ratcheting straight up to a global competition seems premature to me at this stage, although I really would like to see it happen at some stage.
I can see your point. The pandemic has certainly thrown us into a weird position where there's sort of a thriving international community, but quite very few thriving local communities. So it's like the game has sort of evolved in an opposite direction to the one you would expect.
Yeah. Let me interrupt you real quick, because that was a massive spender hit. Look at that. 3, 6, 7, 8 hits going into
Corvus down.
2 saves, taking him straight down and also moving him, because apparently the move happens before the damage, which is what I was checking on the card. I was like, wow, holy mackerel.
Far away.
Hey, we got Chewy in the channel, one of the newer podcasters on YouTube, doing really good work, doing interesting, quick updates on the game?
There is the root on Thanos.
Just as you predicted. Wow, this was a big spring. We were worried about Proxima actually kind of swinging this game towards the Black Order player, but it looks like Groot has done a massive job here. Wow, he did not like getting dazed at all and decided to express himself.
Question is now, happens because I suppose that Sasha will be trying to take Thanos down with his remaining activations.
Well, what else?
Uh,
I mean, the researcher's on his side of the board as well.
exactly. But if Thanos doesn't go down, then
Well,
Sasha is in a pretty good spot to score both the researcher and the middle point, and thus going to 11 points plus a guaranteed 2 VP next round. So basically, closing in very fast on 16 points,
wow.
keeping Milo at 2.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah.
So this is important now. He has to not only think about killing things, but I'm talking about Guardians player. He needs to be thinking about how to score these points because he's at a really big deficit. He's 5 points behind, and Rookie's got 10 points to go before you winning this thing. And there's a load of points on this table. So right, what's the most here that we could do? Theoretically, it's 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 points to play for on the table potentially. People are suggesting that Thanos would have passed here.
Oh yeah, he wants to go. I think he would be passing twice.
Hey
And
Chewie,
hope to survive any attacks coming his way.
Chewie, I'm going to see you at Adepticon. Give a shout in the chat if you're going to Adepticon. We need to catch up. Ooh, he says, yeah, I hope so. What does it depend on? Ooh, that's the question. You gonna turn a few tricks? Need to register on site. Okay, or that.
Yeah, but local communities, we're certainly seeing our own community growing here, and I do get the impression that we're seeing similar developments all across the globe, where the COVID has loosened its grip on society and people have gotten back to physical gaming. Finally, MCP is allowed to have the chance to grow and for new players to be recruited the old-fashioned way through FLGS and conventions and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. I think it is happening, and credit to the TTS community for keeping the game so vibrant and alive and evolving, despite real life gaming being hibernation. But yes, the London scene has blown up as well. It's amazing how many players are here, and the north of England, which has always been a hotbed of miniature gaming, has also been blowing up with MCP in particular. So it is definitely happening. I think the other biggest community I know about in Europe is the Madrid one, actually, the one that we're watching here with Rookie Boy from Madrid. Yeah. They did a big event in January, which I was toying with going with, but the travel was still a bit of a nuisance. And I think they're looking to do another one in the springtime. So I may be going to Madrid. We'll see.
Are we possibly seeing a frost beam into Thanos here? Possibly slowing him with a bit of luck.
Oh man, can you? Thanos getting all the conditions. Yep, and Chewie's saying something about streaming. They're streaming MCP at Adepticon. I have gotten so little information from the MCP organization at Adepticon. It's been a little. No, we don't know what's. I literally don't know anything what's going on at Adepticon. It's been really poor, I have to say, communication wise, which is sad because it's a big event. But hey ho. Wargame Dad didn't want to make sure that southwest of the UK was represented. Apparently, a big group happening there. And there's the slow on Proxima.
Yeah, that might certainly hamper her later.
All right, so we saw Loki move up and throw the attack onto Proxima and slowed her. But she's got the teleport, so Is it that big a deal?
Not really at the moment, but it might come up later in the game.
Yeah. Now, rockets. Looking to see. Now, that truck is size 3, and so it's hiding Proxima. Although it does seem
Yeah, looks tough to get an angle on Proxima without moving there.
Yeah, which would be a shame because 2 attacks would really take her out for sure.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's
It's
moving.
very interesting that he's certainly avoided putting any attacks into Thanos, not feeding him power.
Maybe that is the plan. You know, between
one. I mean, I think the plan should be either you kill Thanos or you don't touch him
yeah, exactly.
at all. Like
Just take
it's either of the two, not
Ooh,
something in between.
4 hits out of rocket. Nice one.
Ooh.
Nice one. Although,
But,
crit
look at that
saves. Proxima's not
Look
having
at
any of
that block.
it. Amazing. That's only 1 hit, sadly. That's the end of rockets. But Star-Lord saving the day, maybe. I don't know.
Sasha did not need that.
No, he needs to dump 4 hit points. No. She's got 5. Yeah. So 4 hit points into her to make sure that she goes down.
So I believe that, given the way things stand, Thanos could move up. He has somewhat of power shortage here. He needs to move up, strike Loki, possibly getting him out of the way with a throw, with a wild trigger. Possibly getting enough power to mothership Proxima onto the researcher, making it impossible for Star-Lord to contest it to prevent Sasha from Rookie Boy from scoring it.
Yeah, because right now, Loki is winning on the researcher.
Thanos has spent 2 power. Oh my god, he spent 2 power to use the space gem.
So he's moved himself forward. He's now in one of both the Gamma Shelter and the researcher, and has two actions now to make attacks.
Yes.
Which he'll need to generate power to do some other shenanigans.
Absolutely. So big dice rolls coming up.
All right. Question is the target. Probably Star-Lord. Yeah. No. Maybe can he reach that far?
No. He's gonna try to strike Loki. I would
get Loki out of there. Yeah, because he wants that researcher points. Those sweet researcher points.
If he rolls a wild on one of his attacks, then Loki just goes flying.
Here comes the rolls. Oop, not bad.
There's the wild.
3 hits with the wild. Oof.
The wild is there.
And rolls in another skull. So 3 hits altogether against 2 saves. Meaning Loki takes 1, but gets tossed out of there.
Boop. Ooh, that is actually the worst thing that could happen for Rookie Boy, because now he only generated 1 power, which means that he does not have enough for Mothership. But he still got the wild, and he kind of wants to throw Loki out of there, so yeah, I guess he can't have it all. But possibly he could throw him in such a way that he's still going to be within 2, maybe. I don't know. Looks tight. Could be within 2. Could be just out. We'll know soon enough.
Interesting.
Because it's out. Oh man,
that looks out.
One more power on Thanos there, and it would have, and Star-Lord would have had a hard time preventing Rookie Boy from scoring the researcher again, effectively scoring 4 VP.
Man, this has been a game of like millimeters now in a couple of instances. Wow, not Chewy inches. Talk about millimeters. Come on now. This is a European stream. millimeters. All right, Chewie's on board now. He gets it. He gets it.
For sure, Mind Gem is a thing, Jacob, but then he would need to generate 2 power again.
What just happened? Oh yeah, the root is
And it also, Mind Gem is not a thing because he has both Root and Loki.
That is amazing.
Oof.
So now
I don't know if maybe he regrets taking the throw there.
Yeah.
Maybe he should have hoped to get that on the second attack.
Yeah, right.
Still 6 dice. There is a pretty decent chance to get a wild, albeit definitely not a certainty. Oof.
All right. Not sure what he's going to do with his second action here. People are suggesting in the chat that he go after Groot, take him out again.
So many possibilities.
Yeah, this is the thing about it being playing back order. You have to pick the right one now.
Spending constant time in the tank.
The tank. Oh, amazing. Old War Machine reference. Love it.
The tank is. I've always assumed that it's a reference to the thinking tank or the think tank.
That's right. Yeah. But I haven't heard other game systems.
But that has to do with War Machine.
Yeah, I haven't heard other gaming systems use that reference outside of War Machine. That's why I mentioned it.
All right.
Yeah. So he looks like he moved Rocket. Don't know why. He did a short move on Rocket.
How did he have? I think he used a shake route, and then he had the power to Mind Gem Rocket off. Yeah.
That's so funny. He takes the action to remove that, and then suddenly he has enough power. That's so funny. All right. Looks like that is close as well. It looks like Star-Lord wants to try to finish the job on Proxima. He's got that. Yeah. He's got that. No worries. In he goes. He does have winging tokens as well.
Yep. He's quite capable.
He's quite capable. But not scoring any points here. Oh, except for the researcher.
But he's stopping Rookie Boy from scoring 4 off of that researcher, and that is huge.
Yeah. Well, it'd only be 2 at this stage, still.
Yeah, but a guaranteed 2 next round, so effectively 4.
Yes, fair.
And that would, like I said, have taken Rookie Boy into a very good position.
All right, here comes the roll. I think I hear some dice rolling. Yeah, there it goes. All right, folks. Let's see what Star-Lord's got in the tank.
But I suppose we should definitely be happy about this because it keeps the excitement intact.
Yeah. Well, he's done 3 hits. How are the saves looking? Ooh, no good. No good. And he's going to use his winging it token.
Ooh, he needs
he rolls
more.
It. Yeah, he did. He did. Oh my God. This game.
Proxima down.
Oh my God.
Those 2 lovebirds will be very dangerous with Death's Decree next round.
Sasha must have been shitting a brick with that last reroll. Oh man. Man. Wow. How many points? I guess Rookie's already put it in his points.
Rookie scored 3 and Sasha scored 0.
Yeah.
And Groot actually dazed now to gamma damage.
Yeah. And Rocket has taken that damage, gamma damage. I'm going to assume Nebula is too, right? Hope they don't forget.
Yeah, absolutely. Nebula should take 1, but she had healed 1, so I think she was at 2, and now.
Okay. Yeah. That's right. She heals at the end. Yeah, okay.
Oh, there are multiple choices once again for Rookie Boy here, and yeah, getting Loki out of the way would certainly be nice. But
Yeah. So Rookie has priority yet again because of the very narrow list he's using. Question, does he
yep.
pass? You know, I found something bizarre in podcast land for MCP lately. People will call, like, the Guardians list, for instance, here wide, which makes sense. You've gone wide, lots of characters. So you'd figure that the opposite then for, like, Black Order would be narrow, right? But somehow, some people use that term, but more are using the term tall, which I don't get at all. Tall to mean would at most mean like lots of high threat characters, you know. So like
that would, so if a narrow list is tall, that would make a wide list short.
I know it doesn't make any sense. You know, these podcasters they get into these groups or something. I don't know. Most of the time, the nicknames are good. Like I like the
yes, as far as 2 dimensions, like it's
no, I
either
like
tall or wide. It's
I don't know. I like the new term gainer. I think gainer is a fantastic addition to the nomenclature of the game.
the ones that where you gain 1 power no matter what.
Yes, correct. I think that's a good distinction and so helpful.
Gainer, it's not like it's doesn't roll off the tongue as easily as builder and spender.
Yeah, but at least it helps because there's enough of them now to make the distinction necessary.
It makes me think of Gloria Gainer.
Is that where your head goes?
I will survive.
Okay. Charles saying it's not a new term. Tell me it's a magic term. That's the other thing I love about the podcasters, when they start bringing in magic nonsense to miniature gaming. Oh, it drives me up the wall. Worse is when they use those stupid names of the 3 types of players, like Timmy, and I don't know what the other 2 are. Nobody would know those things. There's like not a clue in the name to bother using them as nicknames. It's friggin' pointless. I hate that. Timmy, Bruce. I'm gonna say Bruce. Oh, he's a Bruce player. I feel like Rookie's been in real Bruce throughout this whole match.
I think that this turn is gonna be decisive for the game.
Oh yeah,
and it can swing to either side. So it's very tense here.
I really like to know if he's taking priority, if he's going to take the activation or not. We haven't figured that out just yet.
He has Mothership and Blind Obsession to use.
And he used it, putting Blind Obsession on Groot. He does not like Groot after what happened to him.
Right, that's interesting.
Okay, so I mean, it also means he's taking the turn. He is not passing. So Blind Obsession on. So why don't you tell the folks at home what a Blind Obsession is going to do?
Blind Obsession, that is means that the character that plays the card picks a enemy character as a target, and on attack rolls or defense rolls against that character, the obsessed character rolls 2 additional dice, but if he defends against any other character on the table, he rolls 2 defense dice less than he otherwise should.
Right.
Because he's so focused on his main target that he forgets to defend against other incoming dangerous things.
Yeah, that's a real Bruce move by Rookie Boy. He's really playing like a Bruce player today. And so that was Corvus putting it on Groot. Still more discussion. I'm taking a look at the cards Milo's got left. He's got Bitter Rivals, Deadly Duo, and We Are Groot. We Are Groot's not really helpful. He's far away from most of his buddies. Same for Deadly Duo, where he's looking to be near Rocket. Bitter Rivals, though, is on the table. I do like how Corvus is way the heck back there. That's been a good move for Milo. Does he have range for death blow? Is the question. Yes. Is he within 4? He
We
could be.
haven't seen that measured. To me, it looks a bit far, but I may very well be wrong.
Another call for chess clocks in the chat. I wonder if Adepticon will be using clocks of any kind. Hard to know. So little information coming out of that convention. They did use it at LVO to good effect, and I do hope they use them everywhere. I'm a chess clock fan. I really see nothing against it in a tournament setting. People.
I'm actually somewhat against it. I'm all for it for top games.
Yeah.
But maybe not in every tournament game, because in my experience as a War Machine player, that is, what happens when you play on Death Clock is that, sure, I mean, there are certain games that where slow play is going to be an issue. In my experience, that is not particularly many games. There a few every tournament. But what happens is that, let's say you're in a convention, you're walking around, you've finished your game, and all of a sudden you see an old friend playing that you haven't talked to in years, and you go up to him and say, "Hey, buddy, how's it going?"
Sorry.
Shut up! I'm on the clock.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. That Corvus just did a six thing attack. Amazingly, no skull. Bizarrely, he's been doing it all day. So that's 6 attacks. 6 hits rather into Groot, who only saved 2, and took him off the table. Because of blind obsession. God.
Oh yeah, but yeah. Oof.
That's another VP as well.
Indeed.
Ugh. Good use of blind obsession. And that was Mothership as well. So Mothership went
certainly,
in.
But I mean, if Rookie Boy manages to score his own point, the middle, and the researcher this round, then he has in practice won the game.
Yeah, that was nasty.
But
this is Black Order. Black Order, even when you are very good at the game, are still a really hard challenge to overcome.
This is not one of the better matchups for Black Order. So
Yeah,
Rookie
I know.
Boy has done a great job, I would say, piloting his Black Orders here. But as we say, this is not over at all. Sasha can come back.
But what does he do here? Is he now trying to take down Corvus? I mean, Corvus will have done all his work already, so maybe it's still worth it. Corvus doing his second attack now into Loki, I'd imagine.
Star-Lord, it looks like he was measuring.
Did he Star-Lord? Okay, it was one of the two, but I thought he'd go after Loki to get rid of that problem. Oh, another great hit. No skull again. What the hell?
Star-Lord didn't have to. 5 hits. Man, just one short. Unless there are blocks, of course.
Corvus just deletes people. It's just so.
He didn't have power for Glaive's Edge, right?
I don't know. He spent a ton of power, so
yeah.
I thought he might have. I lost track. Winging it token used to help roll some dodges, and that is Star-Lord 5 out of 6. God.
That means it has to have been Glaive's Edge, because that means it's 8 hits versus. Oh, he removed the dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no flurry there.
No flurry. There is that. Can't Glaive's Edge on a flurry, apparently.
No, but on the death blow.
Yeah. So is that it? Is that the activation? Yes. Phew. Whew. Sasha must be sighing heavily about that massive round, first activation in round 3. Good Lord.
Yeah, so to just round up the clocks discussion, I think there are pros and cons, and I am definitely in favor of it for top games, like in the top 8 or something. But but most of the time, I think it solves some problems, but creates more new ones.
Real quick, Bitter Rivals has gone down on Proxima, which means that she is going to be debuffing Thanos and Corvus. And I'm going to imagine that he's going to go after Corvus to try to get him off the table. I don't know if you can get through all of Thanos. Especially because Nebula's not in the right spot. And I'm going to imagine he's going to use Loki next. Oh, no, Star-Lord. Star-Lord just spent some power. And who's he going to attack? But yeah, Rookie Boy's clearly been practicing with his Black Order down with the Matador of MCP in Madrid because he's playing a masterful game. Oh. I'm not sure who he's going after, though. Here's some dice being thrown. Here we go. 3 wilds. I'm not sure who's hitting. If it's Star-Lord, that'd be fantastic. 3 skulls, though. God, what a nuisance. Only 1 save. So I'll have to see who's taking this damage. It's Corvus.
So only 1 damage.
Yeah. And he's giving him stun.
Oh, it was obviously a full auto then.
Yeah. Because
Oh, 3 wilds.
Yeah.
3 conditions.
Yeah.
Man.
That's what I was saying. It's three wilds. So it's stun, shock, both very good choices. I'm curious on the third one. Stun is going to prevent him from getting all that power that he likes. Shock's going to lower his ability to kill people, but not by much because he does so much. And I think one more. What else can he do? And slow. Okay. All right. That was 1 attack. Not sure then. No, should have another attack going in.
Yeah, he has enough power to do both a full auto and a hidden run.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think? He puts it on Thanos?
Possibly. But then again, that would only feed him power. Maybe Proxima hoping to one-shot her. No. Kill Corvus. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. He's already activated, so
yeah, exactly. And Nebula, gosh, she only has a range 3 attack, but she might be able to do quite a bit of damage with just 1 attack anyway. She'd have to move once and then attack.
And Corvus is, of course, standing, well, as far as I can see, standing on the middle point, so getting him out of the way. But then again, he's injured, so all Sasha needs to do is place a non-injured character there, and he has a bunch of those.
Yep.
Loki, for instance.
But it looks like he's going after Proxima.
Yep.
Thinking about it anyway. Proxima is not within 3 of any targets. Man, this is really masterful playing by both players. It's so hard to understand. I would be, my game would have been over long ago. Ooh. Oh, this is the hit and run, isn't it?
But now he moved before, yeah. Yeah, so basically he did move before he made the attack, but it should be the other way around.
Yeah, that's a little weird. Anyway, so
for convenience reasons, I suppose.
But oh god, not good. Only 2 hits, and 1 wild though. So he's throwing. Let's see, what condition is going on there? Bleed. No. Yes. Maybe. Yes. Putting on bleed. Oof. Sure, Sasha would have preferred better.
Hence, I imagine we'll see some passing
You
at
think?
this point.
You don't think Proximo goes in?
I think she goes late to go stand on the point where she needs to be.
Okay, so now focus. He's gonna.
Possibly if he wants to remove the bitter rivals, but I don't think it's that bad defensively. It's worse offensively. Um,
Rookie is 7 points away from winning this match. And I don't see even Sasha starts removing. This is the thing about Black Order. You're so focused on trying to kill them to stop them from hurting you, but then they're running away with scenario points. Because like, what if he takes out even both Proxima and Corvus? Thanos just sits there and scores points.
and Rookie Boy is actually very close to scoring the points you need here because Nebula is not going to score anything. She doesn't do that. So Sasha has Loki and Rocket left, and he really needs to be careful what he does here.
Right.
I think.
So it's Proxima attacking Star Lord. Checking for cover, I'd imagine. And she didn't do too well. She did 2 hits. So he managed to survive that. A little handshaking here. Handshaking.
Well, not handshaking yet.
I don't know what's going on there. She's
And moving.
burned some more power, I guess, to do that same attack. And she rolls off. Oof. 5 hits right there, still with a crit. Star-Lord's toast.
Proxima took him out.
Yep. All he's doing now is if you're carefully watching how you play the MCP, you take out characters not for the sake of taking them out, but for ability for you to get points. And so by taking out that Star Lord, now he's removed a point from Sasha essentially. Nebula coming in. Just gonna do a run.
Yep.
Just looking to see if he could score at the same time. Well, he can't score with her over there.
He can't score.
Yeah.
So she's not particularly dangerous this round. She has too little power.
Maybe he was trying to stay within 2 of the Gamma Shelter so she wouldn't die or get dazed. That might be what it was.
I think that I'm starting to think that Sasha might be regretting at this point not going for Thanos more.
I always feel that way too. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna take out Corvus. He's more vulnerable. And then in the end of the game, I'm like, I should have taken out Thanos.
You know.
And then I go after Thanos, and I'm like, Thanos doesn't die, and I'm like, damn it, I should.
The thing is that it's when you start. It's when you start putting damage into Thanos that you compel him to activate suboptimally because he wants as soon as he's taken like 3 or 4 or even 5 damage, then he's starting to get a bit nervous and starts to and needs starting to think he needs to activate before passing a bunch. So that means that he can't do all of the control shenanigans that he wants to be doing. And that is
yeah. So that was 3 hits going into Corvus, and he reduces it by 1, of course. So now he's halfway to being KO'd.
Absolutely.
And who's got left? So that means Thanos gets
Corvus.
What?
May very well die, get KO'd this round.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter anymore.
Not sure it matters, but we'll see. Proxima's gone, so Rookie Boy is not going to score enough points to win this round, that's for sure. Unless he manages to score the Researcher as well as Sasha's home secure, but I'm having a bit of a hard time seeing that happening unless Sasha activates Rocket here. Because if Sasha activates Rocket, then and doesn't KO Thanos, then Thanos can move up to
Yeah, between
Sasha's
both. Yeah.
point, yeah, between both, and try and take out Loki. And if he does that, then Sasha's out of activations, and he'll be scoring 5 points plus a guaranteed 2 next round, getting him to the 16 that he needs.
A lot of measurements. Not sure yet who's going. He's got Rocket and Loki yet to go.
But if Rookie Boy doesn't win this round, and Corvus gets KO'd, then anything can happen once more.
4 blanks. Does he have? Oh, he has winging tokens though. So this is Rocket into Corvus. He has rolled
boom boom
2 hits so far, 2 crits, and yep, there go the 2 dice for winging it. Let's see how he does.
So he can get to 4. So he can get to 4 damage. That doesn't make a difference.
3.
It's still 1 damage.
Yeah, just 1 damage.
Made no difference whatsoever.
Yeah. No shame.
But this is dangerous. This is very dangerous for Sasha, because going first with Rocket there. Now all Rocky Boy has to do is move up Thanos in between the 2 points.
Yeah, exactly.
Daze Loki. Teleport Rocket out of there. And it's going to be game. Maybe he can probably even Space Gem in between the 2 points. 2 6-dice strikes into Loki. Suppose Loki could trickster away, of course.
Yeah. Question is being a Bruce player, I think he's going to take the most aggressive play possible. And looks like he's after Rocket. Yeah, Omnis, this is a double central game, set of crises. It's really plays into Blackwater's favor. Source also wanted a much wider crisis, but alas, it's all random now.
It's true that if he dazes Loki here, Sasha gets prio, but that doesn't matter because Rookie Boy wins.
Yeah. You get to keep the prio token on your way home.
Oof.
Because
there are a ton of possibilities here. He could Space Gem Thanos forward. That's nice. But then Loki can trickster away. He could Mind Gem Loki towards him, do the Energy Blast. I'm not sure if that costs power or if that's just when you boost it. Because if he gets within 1 of Loki's, it only costs 0. It's a 5-dice attack. You want some power to boost it, obviously. Looks like he's doing the Space Gem teleport. Let's see. Maybe there isn't a spot where he can be within 1, but there should be. Certainly should be. Maybe? Are the bases in the way?
He's making it happen. I think he's a little. I think it's a little tight, but
man,
he's playing.
This
is where TTS in real life don't really match, because you wouldn't.
Maybe I think he got it there, but
he's got the researcher, but
I think. Oh man, that's so tight. And he's not allowed to measure.
Yeah, no,
he got it. He got it.
You got both.
Yeah, I saw the gamma icon flash.
Oh.
Yeah, looks in. Yeah, that's certainly in. So, Loki.
Chat complaining that this is pre-measuring. But playing it like that, I think you're meant to just put the model down and then you have to suck it up. But that's a little harder to do with TTS because of the weird way to control the models.
Interesting.
Oh god, 4 hits with a crit.
Interesting choice that he's striking Rocket, it seems.
5 hits. Let's rocket down.
Yeah.
And he's pushing him first, and then
throwing him
throwing him. Okay, and then
from the attack.
yeah,
the trigger.
I didn't realize it was a push, but I knew it was from the attack, and that'll daze him.
So he gains himself some power.
This is game over now, isn't it?
No. Loki has to die, or he activates and negates.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So he's got 1 attack left, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, and Loki has enough power to trickster.
Yeah.
So
does Thanos have enough power for the boost?
He should have 3 power. Or did Rocket take a damage? Maybe he did from the gamma, so maybe he only got 2 power from that. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
But is that enough? Does he have?
I mean, he could do a 7 dice energy attack or a regular punch, but because Loki would not be able to trickster away far enough to get out of the energy attack, but then again, he could trickster in.
Oh, Thanos is
behind
done.
those barrels to get cover at least.
Thanos has an activated token.
Really?
I was just seeing it.
But why? He had 1 action left.
I know. Don't know.
All right.
So you want Loki not to have power?
So, maybe he's realized that he can't win this round and decided to keep the power for the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly.
Interesting.
Loki certainly has the chance to murder Corvus now.
Can you make a note to yourself so we can ask that question at the end in the interviews?
Yeah.
Crazy. This is a great game. Mostly because I don't see a lot of this stuff coming. Really good to watch. Even though it's aggravating to watch Black Order. Oh, I hate them so much. He's someone's suggesting Ulysses, of course, is suggesting he wanted to maintain priority. But Ulysses was saying that if Loki dies, or whatever, dazes, Rookie Boy would just win.
Yeah, but then if he fails and Loki takes out Corvus plus has Prio, then it's starting to look a bit sour. So perhaps he took a calculated risk, not doing his second action.
Yeah, and Matt's pointing out that Corvus needs to go down, or else it's definitely game over. It's just going to take another turn. Man, there's a lot of chat going on. Maybe they're talking through what could be possible. I should mention Loki's sitting on a winging it token as well.
Oh yeah. So he definitely has the ability to deal a ton of damage.
Yeah, people underrate Loki's ability to dish out damage. It's quite good. Kill Thanos. How's that possible?
2 I am a God strikes gets you somewhat there.
Yeah.
Possibly. Yeah, killing Corvus is definitely easier, and the way things are, it would also gain Sasha more points, possibly. Yeah.
Chewie suggesting if only Okoye were here, then Thanos would be out.
The tricky thing for Sasha here is that he can't really walk away from the researcher.
All right, so there's a move.
Oh man.
Moving rather than
Okay.
attacking to
Yeah.
preserve his ability. So
He was not within one of the within one of the secure, so he needed to move still uh, in
anyway,
one way or another.
regardless.
But
Yeah.
letting Corvus stay alive and have Prio is very dangerous.
We got SB in the chat. SB is another of the Madrid team. I think he's one of the organizers down there, as a matter of fact. And here we go. We got Loki going into Corvus, and he spent a bunch of power.
Ah, he's doing a frost beam.
Oh, a beam.
Both of them.
Let's see. I think it's Corvus first. 2 hits, bloody 2 shields and 2 blanks.
I actually think.
He's going to reroll those 2 blanks. Let's see what he gets.
Yeah, so definitely not hammer.
The 2 hits. So he's got 4 hits altogether. Corvus saved 1 because Bitter Rivals is still up.
Maybe he did the spender.
Yeah, I think it was the spender.
Yeah.
So that's 4 hits. Saved 1 is down to 3, and then Corvus saves 1. It goes down to 2, which would be just enough to daze him or to knock him out. If I'm correct. Yep. Yes. Wow.
And that is what has happened.
Wow. That was the spender, Cookie. Wow. The game is still on. Game is still on.
Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is man, I thought we'd just be lounging tonight in the cocktail lounge, casual Black Order rollover. No such.
So tense.
So tense. Instead, I need another drink. I need to calm down.
Woo! So 11-1 and essentially 13-1 because the researcher will now move to within 1 of Sasha's home secure here.
Yeah, yeah.
At least that's what I very much expect.
Hey SB, you been coaching a rookie? Or has Jaborf been doing that? What's going on down there in Madrid? We need to come down there, see what's happening. Tell us when your next big event is. Which month? I'm going to get some tasty Spanish food. Oh, that is living. Right, so that's
Sounds
a cleanup phase. And we're into the top of round 4. And Sasha has priority? No, they must not have hit the button yet. Or had they? No, sorry, I was looking at the wrong token. Rookie Boy's got the priority, of course. Question is, does he go straight away? SB, when's the next big tournament? You got to remind me. Tell me when you guys set it up. And there's the movement of the researcher right on top of Loki.
Wop.
Just to remind people watching at home, Rookie Boy gets the 2 points for it being near the base station, regardless of whether he's controlling the researcher or not.
Correct. Next round.
Okay, it looks like Barcelona in May. If anybody wants to play MCP in beautiful Barcelona, I've been there too. Also good food, different from Madrid, but excellent.
Fantastic city.
Yep, beautiful to look around. Great to have the wife go cruising around town whilst you play MCP with some really good players. Cordoba, ooh, in September. Damn, you guys got a lot of players. I think Spain rivals the UK for MCP players in Europe. Amazing. Espe, you need to message me this information, okay, when you get it all up there, because we're just trying to make some of that happen. Wow. Cordoba, I've been to Cordoba, and it's gorgeous. Another place to have the wife and kids run around in while you play MCP. Right, so this is Thanos going into Star-Lord.
Thanos going already. That is... now, Star-Lord and Loki are standing base to base, so Thanos will be throwing them into each other.
Oof.
Like Thor.
Yeah. It was a good save though by Star-Lord. He saved 3.
Yeah, and then he needs to. It should take 1 damage automatically and get thrown into Loki, I suppose.
Yep. So
So
look,
Loki needs to dodge.
so he'd be dodging 3 damage and saves one of them. So he's going to take 2, still alive.
Yeah. So I would expect us to see the exact same thing again.
Yeah.
Um,
He's using
the
his
thing will,
winging it token to
he
reroll.
can do that, yeah, on the dodge.
It didn't look like it helped. If anything,
No,
I think it hurt. I don't know. Loki's 1 away from being dazed.
yeah. But Star-Lord taking 5 damage on 1 attack here is somewhat improbable. Then again, he's injured, so he's not. Oh, really? If Loki dazes here, then Sasha doesn't have any characters that are healthy and contesting.
Mm-hmm. And Nebula's not helping.
So yeah, that would more or less secure 5 points for rookie, unless Sasha's dice goes hot and Thanos goes down.
Thanos back into Star-Lord
Yeah.
again, so he's looking for that
Yeah,
wild. It's a wild, right,
this
that throws
is
it?
gonna be huge.
Is it just a wild that he needs to throw?
Now I think technically actually he needs to one-shot Star-Lord, and that's the the probability of that is not great.
Mm-hmm.
So think we'll be seeing. I think Loki will go down, Star-Lord will survive, and then we'll see attacks from Star-Lord, Rocket, and Nebula pour into Thanos, possibly taking him down.
I'm not sure what that arrow is supposed to mean.
Mm, he's doing the trickster.
Yeah, but he wasn't. I thought he was attacking Star-Lord.
Apparently, he was attacking Loki,
Okay.
forcing him to spend power, I guess.
Okay. That's strange. I would have thought he would just do the same thing again against Star-Lord and get that hope for the wild and finish him off.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. Yeah, Jonah, we're going to Spain.
I mean, Rookie Boy still easily has enough power for the Mind Gem. So he can nullify Loki's short move here.
Yeah.
By spending 1 power.
Looks like Milo making very serious consideration of where he's going to use this trickster move, measuring all kinds of different possibilities. Oh, that darn truck is in the way. It's size 3.
But if Loki still goes down, it will be a couple of dicey activations where we'll see if Sasha has the ability to take down Thanos.
Okay, so he's moved him outside of 2. Well, he couldn't go any further, so he's outside of 2 of Proxima. How is this helping? Is it just so he doesn't get thrown into Star-Lord?
It seems that he's gonna try and kill Proxima here. Or now that was the power for. Sorry, that was the power for Trickster spent. It's still Thanos activation.
Yeah.
My bad.
My bad.
So the question is if Thanos just strikes Loki or if he mind gems him back next to Star-Lord and strikes Star-Lord.
Yeah.
Could put him back into the exact same spot for 1 power.
Gosh. Amazing.
Amazing.
Here's some dice. A lot of chat. Come on, gentlemen. We're all dying to find out. What's the move? Dice are being thrown. So maybe it's just a normal attack.
Seems that way. 6 dice.
3 hits.
Yeah.
Here comes the save.
He's got the throw, but I doubt he has anything other than Proxima to throw Loki into there.
That is not enough.
I'd actually be no, because he used I'm a god. But he could throw Loki into Proxima, possibly killing her, but might be worth it.
So just so everybody knows, he's used I'm the God.
I actually think it's worth it killing Proxima here.
The blanks count as saves, so that was 3 saves for Loki, showing how bossy he is, and so there's no damage from the attack. But now here's the throw, and so Huggy is suggesting he gets thrown into Proxima, possibly taking her out, but then also taking out Loki. And yeah, it's all about the points at this point, right? Huggy, it's all about points.
Yeah, and Loki is the only healthy character left, so and Loki is gonna do a ton of damage. Well, sure, he's doing it.
He's doing it. Wow.
Suicide.
Feels like War Machine, where you attack your own guy.
Yeah, a very War Machine move here. Clonk.
Right, so that takes out Loki, and so the question is can Rookie Boy save against 3 hits? He saved 1, but it's a crit.
So he's not going. She's not.
Oh, saves it! Saves it.
Yeah, so she takes 1.
Oh, totally worth it.
Yeah.
Oh,
definitely worth it. Yeah.
Man,
what a game! What a game! And he does not get power for that damage because it's not an enemy effect.
Yeah,
it's his own effect.
Yeah, fair. Okay, so that leaves Nebula, Rocket, and Star-Lord on the table.
Yeah, it remains to see whether they can, if they have their dice in order to get Thanos dazed. If that's the case, then it's way more open again.
Hey, Morgan, what time is it down in Sydney? Oh no, you're in Brisbane, but nonetheless, I think that's same time zone as Sydney, isn't it? I think that would make this what 10, 15, 9:15 in the morning by you? 8:15. Oh, because you guys don't go on savings time, I think, in Queensland.
Here we're seeing Thanos possibly using his portal to move Rocket outside of 5, if possible. Maybe there's not enough space between the measuring gadget and the board edge, but it looks that way. So he's robbing Rocket of 1 attack. 1 oh so important attack.
Yeah. How much is the Hadron Collider? Is 4 enough? I'd imagine 4 is enough.
You mean the hard-on enforcer?
Yeah, that's it. Hadron Enforcer. It's 4, so he has enough to do it. Great plays by Ricky. Amazing work.
Ooh. Now we're looking at some pretty important dice rolls coming up.
So what is the path to another turn? for
basically just taking Thanos out here. He's mind gemming Star-Lord off, forcing him to spend 2 for a hit and run, I suppose. He could. Oh, he has enough power to Cosmic Portal him out. Yeah, so he's actually taking away 1 attack from Star-Lord. Too. So if and possibly he has enough power for not enough for Nebula. So if Nebula's not within 3, which certainly looks possible, then he's got 1 spender off of Proxima, and he's got 1 spender off of Rocket and 1 spender off of Star-Lord to take down Thanos, to do 8 damage to Thanos. 2 of them have winging it tokens. It's certainly not impossible that he achieves it.
Hmm. So
But the Rookie Boy has certainly given himself the best possible chance of surviving. And as we said, since all of the characters are either injured or doesn't contest, as in the case of Proxima, all Thanos has to do is survive this,
yeah,
and
yeah,
Rookie Boy wins.
yeah. I hope some of the podcasters that are in the chat here they would reference this game in their episodes for the coming week. It'd be really good to get their thoughts on this.
It's certainly been an unusual and very interesting game. I was quite possibly wrong. I expected Guardians to put up way more of cause way more problems for Rookie Boy, but he has. Um,
Yeah,
that
four
was
hits. It was four hits. I just didn't want to interrupt you. Four hits that Nebula did into no saves by
yep,
Thanos. Of course, he gets his invulnerability, so he's taken 3 damage, and now she portals in. But I
yep.
think she needed to move to do that attack, so she has no more activations.
When you want to take down Thanos, you want big hits, big attacks,
Yeah.
many dice.
Right. So the question is whether he passes or not. Proxima probably could take out Rocket with 1 hit.
Yeah, she has bleed, so um, he could actually just move to the middle point and guarantee himself um, to go to 15.
Morgan, what do you know about the WTC, MCP WTC? Is this an Australian committee? What's going on? Fess up. Because I checked in
Oh my
Europe.
God! Please don't put it in Australia.
Yeah, I checked all the European connections. I've checked all my US connections, nothing. So, I mean, Australia's the last one. Never heard of WTC. Okay, you haven't heard either. So, I don't know what TT is going on about. There's certainly a cabal. There's a WTC cabal in play somewhere in the world. Maybe they're on a ship like above the clouds, like we can't see.
Or an oil platform in the middle of the Atlantic.
Yeah. I did not dream it, my friend. Mike, you can go ahead and look at the video yourself. Go to the Across the Bifrost YouTube channel. I think it was even just the last one, and he said it quite early in the stream, so it's you don't even have to dig that far. All right, Star-Lord doing his activation to get into range. Clearly in range of Thanos.
Yeah.
He's got the power
So
to
full
do
auto,
full auto.
and hit and run.
Boo, 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 boo.
Pew pew pew. Very important.
Yeah. He has a winging at token as well.
Indeed. Oh,
Oh!
oh, 4 wilds.
4
2
wilds.
blocks, though.
Yeah,
2 blocks and a crit. So possibly 3 blocks.
3 blocks. Oh
3
my
blocks. Oh,
god!
only
So
1 damage. Ooh, that is not
the saves
good
in this
enough.
game, unbelievable. I
And
guess.
there are no conditions that Star-Lord can put on him at this point that will make any difference.
Oh god.
Unless no, not even if there's another round will it make any difference. So it all comes down to Rocket here to save the day.
That's not gonna happen. Thanos is a fucking
Yeah,
beast. He's.
it all comes down to the hard-on enforcer.
I think he's had some big. Yeah, exactly, Jonah. He's had huge attack rolls, but then there was balanced by huge defense rolls at the same time. It's been really aggravating, I'm sure, for him. But Thanos, man, he just tanks. Everybody says, "Oh, just take out Thanos. Focus on Thanos." It's not possible.
Well, to be fair, Sasha hasn't been trying that hard to take out Thanos. Ooh, is he giving him cover now? That looked like a bit of a sloppy placement that might just grant Thanos cover. From the size 3 or 4 truck. Yeah.
I just moved it. There we go.
There, he mitigates that.
Here we go.
Yep.
He's going to pay for the Hadron Collider. Yeah.
This is it.
No.
Oh, that's not enough.
Mediocre roll. Not good. Lots of
possibly.
saves.
Yeah. No.
That's game.
That's game.
It's pathetic. Black Order, playing against Black Order. It's just...
Sad raccoon.
Yeah.
Well, I certainly did not expect that.
I did. Honestly,
was...
I know everything's supposed to be stacked as best as possible with this matchup, except for the crises. The crises suck for
Indeed.
But
the crises were, and points wise, we can see that was Rookie Boy's road to victory, because the Guardians are sort of winning on attrition here, because if there's another round, then Proxima goes down, and then Sasha's entire team just pounds Thanos, and
yeah.
All right. Very, very interesting.
Right. Let's go interview the folks and see what they have to say about it. Okay. I'll see you over in the channel.
See you there.
All right. Hang on, everybody, as I move over to the table so we can interview these fine players tonight. Where are they? Here we are.
Yeah, but my dice were on fire.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, welcome, everybody. Thank you both, Milo and Rookie Boy. What a masterful game from the two of you. It was just amazing to watch. So hard. I mean, really, the two of you playing at the top of your games here, we thought, and really interesting as a result to see just how you think. So thank you both for letting us stream the game.
Thank you, Norbert.
Thanks, Norbert.
Pleasure.
The chat also mentioned it as well. They were very pleased to watch this. Loads of people have been watching this. A lot of prominent players were in the chat, and they were all really interested in seeing how this went down. So let us start with you, Sasha. Unfortunately, on the bright side, this is your first loss, correct? So far in the league?
Yeah.
All right, so you were still in it, so not to give up hope just yet, but you did end up losing this one. So we'll start with you. I think the thing I wanted to ask most of all is I feel like this combination of crises is just such a bear to play against when you're playing into Black Order. Was this the case, or was this the one crisis you didn't want to see coming out of your random pick?
Obviously, Research Station 16 is going to be your best Black Order setup you can get. I kind of anticipated it might happen, so I was fairly okay with my team going into it. I knew it would be tough, but yeah, it's I suppose it is probably one of my least favorite ones. I would have much preferred to go, say, into 19 with a character up, or something even lower at 15, where maybe Miguel needs to choose to maybe play Sid and Cabal instead, which I'd feel much better with. I'm not sure if you would play Black Order at 15 or not. I mean, you can answer that. But yeah, so that was my thoughts. I thought 16 would probably be my least favorite threat level there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, I think you'd agree that the combination of crises and the threat level were against you, not in your favor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then we wanted to know the choice of Bullseye versus Honey Badger.
Yeah. I mean, it was as much of a match as a 2-threat. I guess I'm thinking here what I have to do is win the fight anyway. So Bullseye at least gives you that guaranteed chip damage. It's just, if he survives, it's great because he can do the parting shot and potentially do the I never miss, which can make all the difference with characters like Corvus and Proxima who have the Invuln. We just need to chip them over, like I was really struggling in this game to do. So, but yeah, it's just a pity he met his fate really early on with his poor defense rolls and some very, very hot attack rolls from Corvus. He seemed to have his eye in today.
Yes. Yeah, they had it out for Bullseye. He didn't stand a chance this game.
I have a question regarding that. You mentioned that he's good for plinking damage into Corvus and Proxima, but Thanos is more or less immune to his kit. And I noticed that you almost didn't put any attacks into Thanos except for the last round. What was your reasoning behind that?
So I guess my reasoning was I would rather try and eliminate Corvus and Proxima since things seem to be going in that direction, rather than giving Thanos an easy time with power, because most of the game Thanos was dealing with Root and Loki's aura. So I thought I'd just make him work to get the power, um, which worked most of the time, but then yeah, at the end it didn't quite work out. As you can see, once he gets a boatload of power, he can really ruin your day.
Mhm. Yeah.
For sure.
So that was the thinking. But yeah, I tend to go into Black Order with either kill Thanos or kill Corvus, depending on things play. My preference is usually kill Thanos first, but the way this was playing out, Corvus seemed to be the more easy target, and I was hoping that slowing down Thanos's power gen would, reduce the number of death decrees I'll be looking at in the game, which it did. So, but there was some very clever use of tactics to compensate for that. So I think the use of bitter rivals and doing the glaive's edge before the mothership, while Corvus was out of range, was quite good.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
clever.
that was a very clever play. So I thought that was very good. And that's pretty much guaranteed the end of Groot. So it made up for trying to drain Thanos of his power a bit.
Excellent. Any other thoughts about the game from your perspective? Where do you think it may have turned for you?
The dice pretty much, I think, just said no to me this game. I
Yeah.
just felt like I was taking too many hits in and just not doing enough back, even with my rerolls and stuff. So it was just like, yeah, there was. I think I had a fair chance of dazing Thanos this round with the way the dice were going, but it didn't quite work out. And yeah, I think just killing off Corvus or Proxima a bit earlier would have helped as well. I mean, I barely stuck in for that extra turn where I had to kind of desperately do the illusions into Corvus just to kill him, to not lose the game right there and then. Yeah, so I think yeah, I just can't think too much. Maybe the going in with Groot with the center point wasn't worth it. Maybe I should have just given up that point the first round and just hung back with him, so it was a little bit harder to kill him.
That's
And
an
I could
inch.
have, I could have maybe played We Are Groot a bit earlier. I was kind of umming and ahhing about that, or letting Groot sit on a bit of power so you could do the spender. So it was a bit of a tough one.
That is one of the questions that the chat panel had, was whether playing so cagey round one was the right move. What do you think now in hindsight?
I think playing more KG would have been better, actually, because I think not having taken as many hits on Groot earlier would have probably mean he stuck around longer, and I think he would have been quite useful. It's just, I think, just having more characters and winning the attrition fight is the main thing. So just, getting the most out of your activations. Because I think it's very hard to score the center point with Thanos activating second last. And yeah, I don't know, and you're probably just taking more damage on your characters in the beginning because it just gives easier targets for Corvus and Proxima. Personally, that's just my preference against Black Order. I'd rather play KG in the first round and then see if I can get an advantage going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Any other questions, Huggy, before we move to Rookie Boy?
No, let's move over to Rookie Boy.
All right, great. So, Rookie Boy, we're quite keen. First question: why did you go Black Order into Guardians, where they're supposedly known to be one of the best answers to Black Order, and instead use your Cabal roster?
Well, I tried this matchup a few, even though Guardians is better prepared than most Black Order. I think if first turn went right, then I had a pretty good chance. And the both well, I was hoping to lose priority, and that was achieved. So that was pretty cool for me because I was really daring to see a 14 double crisis.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to see that at all. So I was really hoping to lose priority. And then when I saw research and gamma, I was like, it's the perfect scenario that I could dream of fighting Guardians. So I just stuck to my plan, to my first plan, which was Black Order.
Mm-hmm. And you're saying that because both of you would not like to see a wide scenario where Guardians could be moving around and scoring some points. Is it?
Yeah, I was more worried about the threat level that I was about the crisis, because I saw his secures and they are mostly like mine, and the extracts are not so different, even though I prefer my extracts to his. But I was quite confident that I could lose priority and choose the threat level that for me, I think it's more important for Black Order right now. Choosing the threat value is more important than anything, I think.
Mm-hmm. So, what were you most worried about playing into that Guardians team that you saw Sasha pick?
I was pretty worried that I could win Prio, and then I would have him. Well, I would choose probably my extracts, because I didn't want to see. I didn't want to give him the chance to play either on 14 or 15. So, but the thing is that my secures, I have a sword base also, so it could be a problem if both crises came up at the same time. So I was really worried because he can go 6 wide at 14. Well, I used to be able to do that, but I made a few roster changes and I'm not able to guys on the table at 14. So I think he plays better than I do at low threats. So I didn't really want to see sword Wakanda herbs or sword base plus the senator.
Yeah.
I was really trying to avoid that.
Okay, but when you
Yeah,
saw,
I think I got pretty lucky with the crisis selection.
yeah. Okay, but when you saw the team that Sasha picked for this particular match with the scenario, what was your basic game plan? What was your approach going to be?
I was really worried that he would choose Loki, because I really hate Loki in this matchup. In fact, I've been using Loki for a long time in since I started playing, because I really like his kit, and I have him in the roster also for like 20 threat. Is my go-to. So I didn't really want him to bring Loki, and when I saw Loki, and I didn't even know what he was going to do with advanced R&D, and now I have a pretty smart move. So I was really worried that I was going to have to trust the dice more than ever, because I wasn't going to be able to or Glaive's Edge every turn, So I was really worried that I, trust the dice gods, and well, they favor me today. There's no question for that.
So, yeah, very much. I mean, but don't sell yourself short. Your play was fantastic, although the dice obviously made it easier. But so, are you saying that you were really struggling because of the root and the Loki tax in this match more than
Yeah.
it seemed like? I mean, it's hard to
Yes.
tell. Yeah, so you were really laboring under those conditions.
Yeah, because Thanos is used to use his gems for free, and now I would have to pay 2 power, one for the root and one for Loki.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not getting enough power, and he doesn't uh, strike as hard as Corvus. So he doesn't build power with his builder normally. Very, sometimes he does, but you need spikes and on the dice to do that. So I was really worried that I was not gonna be able to pump my dice with Thanos, and in fact, I think I did it once only.
Yeah.
Because I was not able to do it. Yeah. So I had to trust on my cards, like Blind Obsession. I used it to get more dice because I knew that Thanos couldn't give me more dice. So I said I have to go all in.
Huggy, you had some questions.
Yes, I was curious about a small detail. By the end of round 3, when you activated Thanos and he fought against Star-Lord and Loki there next to the truck, you elected to not use your second action. What was your reasoning behind that?
Well, round 3. Yeah, I think only Loki was left on the table.
Correct.
So if I dazed Loki, I would lose Prio.
Mm.
So if I had a condition or something, I would get rid of it. But I just sat there and did nothing because I couldn't risk dazing Loki to lose Prio because then everything goes wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
so yeah, I had
Unless
to.
you I mean, if you had managed to daze both characters, then you would have won that round. But yeah, it's I can see
I
that you went for the safer play.
Yeah, totally. I didn't want to take my chances there. I was already having too many good things on my favor, and I didn't do to risk too much. Yeah, so and the score was so. I mean, I had such a big margin that I was ready to not be so not take that big risk there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Earlier in the match, we saw you focusing a lot more on Groot than Loki. Why is that?
Yeah, I didn't want to. Well, I just thought that if you take Groot out, you leave him with two dead cards, and that's what happened in the end.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it also makes it very easy to one-shot Rocket anytime you need to. And Loki can just, I've like I said before, I've used him a lot, so I know he's very tricky. So he can start running away, spend power, and I just thought, well, if I don't give him enough power to do all the things he can do, like an illusions attack with I am a god, and then have enough for trickster, then yeah, I just thought that if I got rid of Groot, then I would be better. And also, Groot's spender is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He's able to throw away Dormammu. So I was really worried about that. In fact, there was a moment when Groot was dazed and he came with Nebula, and he didn't want to field dress there because I would just one shot Groot, so he just stayed there, and I elected to pass, and I was really regretting that decision when he got up, with field dressing. He dazed Corvus, but I was more worried that he could heal himself with the card,
Yeah,
and I would
yeah.
like to ask Sasha why he didn't do it, because when I saw that he didn't do it and he stayed there, and he was on one health, he was gonna be dazed just by the gamma, so I didn't have to. And I don't know if that was a mistake or if he was thinking about anything that I was not thinking about. I don't know if Sasha
Yes.
is. Yeah.
So I had 8 power during that activation.
Yep.
And my thinking was I do a strike into Corvus.
Mhm.
Hopefully I get a little bit more power. Right? If I
Yep.
can get 1 power off the strike, takes me
Mhm.
up to 9, which
9.
lets
Yeah.
me then do the spender, a heal, and a root. Because the problem was, after doing the spender, which I thought I should definitely do at this stage, because I probably won't get a chance to do it later,
Yeah.
I'm left with 3 power. And then I
Mhm.
have to make a decision between, do I put the root on Thanos, which is probably going to be good, or do I heal Groot? And I think that's what it came down to. I elected to do the root over the heal, and
Mhm.
just let him daze and hope he flips over on full health. So
Yeah.
maybe he survives
Yeah.
on
Okay.
7 HP rather than him being on 3 HP, and then he's just going to
Yeah.
be dazed anyway. So
Yeah.
that
I
that
can
was
see that.
the calculus there. I could have just gone for the, like you say, just heal and just do some attacks, but I thought
Mhm.
that was the time to use the spender. As I
Mhm.
said, just a pity the dice weren't really
Hmm.
Yeah.
working
You,
out for
you,
me,
you
so
didn't.
I
You
couldn't
didn't
even
get
get the one
Yeah.
through on them, which would have made all the
Yeah.
difference.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Rookie, do you have any other thoughts?
Mm, no, I don't.
Cool.
No, I got nothing more to say.
Wonderful. Well, look, we found out from SB that the community in Spain seems to be pretty massive. It looks like there's going to be an event in Barcelona in May with
Uh-huh.
room for 40 players, and then in September, another event in Cordoba with 60
Mhm.
players. So that's the first time I've heard of any big events outside of the UK and Europe.
Yeah.
So we are definitely going to have those on our radar, and we hope to meet you at one of them.
Yeah, that would be nice.
All right, wonderful. Look, thank you again, both of you, for the letting us stream the match. It was a massive, real pleasure to watch you both play. And I wish you both a lot of luck in the next rounds. I hope you both make it into the elimination rounds at the end of the season.
Thank you, Norbert.
My
Yeah,
pleasure.
Thank you, guys. And
Thank you,
best of luck
Norbert,
in the
and
upcoming games.
everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you guys, and good luck, Sasha.
yeah, you too, Nico.
And Huggy, thank you as always. A real pleasure to have you back on the stream this week. And we hope to see everybody next week for round 4, which is an important round in the league because this is the opportunity for people to change up their rosters. So people may be tweaking their rosters to match the meta that they've encountered so far. And so that should lead into even more interesting, tight games.
Looking forward to it, Norbert.
Wonderful. All right, with that, everybody, thank you very much again, and have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.